Hello everyone, myself Govind Daspute, lecturer at Pravara Medical Trust, College of Pharmacy, Shogao. My subject is Pharmaceutic First. Under this subject, we learn about chapter that is the Introduction to Different Dosage Forms. In this chapter, last time we discussed about the unit solid dosage form, in which discuss the three definitions. First, tablet. Tablet is defined as it is the unit solid dosage form of medicament or medicaments which are prepared by molding or by compression with or without excipients. That is the tablet. Capsule is defined as it is the unit solid dosage form of medicament in which one or more medicaments are inert substances are enclosed within a small shell, and that shell generally prepared from a suitable gelatin. Then also discuss pills. Pills are small rounded solid dosage forms containing medicament and are intended to be administered orally. The medicaments are mixed with excipient to form a firm plastic mass. The mass is rolled to uniform pill pipe which is cut into a number of pills. These are rounded to form pills of uniform size and shape. Pills are spherical in shape and are produced by rolling them under wooden pill rounder. The pills are sometimes coated with varnish, silver leaf, gold leaf to improve the finish, mask the unpleasant taste and increase stability. Also discuss liquid dosage form, in which monophasic liquid dosage form. Liquid dosage form are meant for internal, parenteral and external use, in which monophasic liquid dosage form, they say these are represented by true or colloidal solution. The component of solution is present in large quantity is known as solvent, whereas the component present in small quantity is termed as solute. Water is mainly used as a solvent for majority of monophasic liquid dosage form. A solution is homogeneous because the solute is in an ionic or molecular form of subdivision. In case of colloidal solutions, the solute are present as aggregates, although they cannot be seen by the naked eye or under ordinary microscope. In which we discuss syrup. Simple syrup is a saturated solution of sucrose in purified water. The concentration of sugar is 66% weight by weight. The syrup are sweet viscous preparations. The syrup containing medicinal substances are called medicated syrup, and those containing aromatic or flavored substances are known as flavored syrup. Then also discuss elixir. Elixir are sweet aromatic preparations and are usually colored. The main ingredients of elixir are ethyl alcohol 4 to 40%, water, glycerin or propylene glycol, flavoring agent, syrup and sometimes suitable preservative. The medicated elixirs are usually contain some very potent drugs such as antibiotic, antihistamine or sedatives. Up to here discuss in last lecture. Now discuss next point in this lecture, that is the linctuses. Linctus are viscous liquid and oral preparations that are generally prescribed for the relief of cough. Linctus are used for the relief of cough. They contain medicament which have demulcent, sedative and expectorant action. Linctuses should be taken in small doses, sip and swallowed slowly without diluting it with water in order to have the maximum and prolonged effect of medicaments. Simple syrup is generally used as a vehicle for the most of the linctus. Tolu syrup is the prefer in certain cases because of its aromatic odor and flavor. Moreover, it believed to have a mild expectorant action, that for example is the codeine linctus. In which they have ingredient codeine phosphate 3 gram, lemon syrup 200 ml, benzoic acid solution 20 ml, chloroform spirit 20 ml, water 20 ml, compound titrazine solution 10 ml, and syrup make to 1000 ml. In which what they say, method or preparation for linctus is the weigh codeine phosphate and dissolve it in water, heat gently, then add benzoic acid solution, then compound titrazine solution and chloroform spirit, then add the lemon syrup and adjust the volume by adding more of syrup, then prepare your linctuses. Men remember it, linctuses are used for relief from cough. Men remember it, that is the linctuses are used for relief from cough. Next one is the drops. These are liquid preparations meant for oral administration. The oil soluble vitamins such as vitamin A and vitamin D concentrate in fish liver oil are presented as drops for administrations. Since these preparations contain potent medicaments, the dose must be measured accurately. They have used the two methods. First one, use of a dropper which is accurately graduate in fraction of millimeters. Second, use of a pre-calibrated dropper in which the number of drops equivalent to the prescribed dose of the particular preparation being administered is known. The size of drops from the medicine dropper depends on factors such as surface tension, viscosity, density and temperature of the liquid. It all about the drops. Remember it, main word is the drops are used for the oral administrations. Drops are used for the oral administration for the vitamin D and vitamin A. Then next is the liniments. Liniments are liquid and semi-liquid preparations meant for application to the skin. Linctons used for or meant for to relieve from cough. Then drops, oral administration, the soluble used for the soluble, oil soluble vitamins such as vitamin A, vitamin D, and linctons meant for external application to the skin. Liniments are usually applied to the skin with friction and rubbing of the skin. Liniments how to apply? With friction and rubbing of the skin. The liniments may be alcoholic or oily solutions or emulsion. Alcohol helps in the penetration of medicaments into the skin and also increase its counter irritant or reduction action. Arachis oil is used in some liniments which spread more easily on the skin. Soap is also included as an ingredient in some of the liniments which help in easy application of liniments on the skin. Generally, liniments contain medicaments possessing analgesic, refaction, smoothing, counter irritant and stimulating properties. A liniment should be not applied to broken skin because it may cause excessive irritation. They have some example. Then camphor liniments, in which use as camphor 200 gram, arachis oil 800 gram. Dissolve camphor in arachis oil in closed vessel. Also one example is the turpentine liniments. In turpentine liniments, soft soap 90 gram, camphor 15 gram, turpentine oil freshly 650 ml, purified water sufficient to produce 1000 ml. Method preparation in which they say mix the soft soap with 100 ml of purified water, then prepare a solution of camphor in a freshly rectified turpentine oil. Gradually add the camphor solution to the soap mixture with trituration till a thick creamy emulsion is formed. Add sufficient purified water, produce the required volume, mix it thoroughly, then prepare your turpentine liniments. Here is, you can see on the slide, that is the marketed preparation of liniments. Then lotions are liquid preparations meant for external application without friction. Liniments apply with friction and lotions apply without friction. They are applied direct to the skin with the help of some absorbent material such as cotton wool gets soaked in it. Lotions may be used for local action as cooling, smoothing or protective purpose. They are generally prescribed for antiseptic action, for example calamine lotion. How to use the lotions? Lotions are used for the or meant for the external application of the skin without friction. Liniments with friction, lotions without frictions. And they are applied direct to the skin with the help of some absorbed material such as cotton wool, gauze, soaks in it. Lotions may be used for local action as like a cooling, smoothing or protective purpose. They are generally prescribed for antiseptic action, for example calamine lotion. In calamine lotion, ingredients such as calamine 150 gram, zinc oxide 50 gram, bentonite 30 gram, sodium citrate 5 gram, liquefied phenol 5 ml and glycerin 50 ml. Rose water to commerce sufficient to produce 1000 ml. In which method of preparation they say the dissolve sodium citrate in about 700 ml of rose water, triturate the calcium, zinc oxide and bentonite with a solution of the sodium citrate. Add the liquefied phenol and the glycerin. Also add rose water in sufficient quantity to produce the required volume. Alcohol is sometimes included in aqueous lotion for its cooling and smoothing effect. For example, salicylic acid lotion. In salicylic acid and mercury chloride lotion, acetone is used as a vehicle. The preparation is used for the scalp conditions. This is all about the lotions. The next one is the gargles. Gargles are aqueous solution used to prevent or treat throat infections. They are usually available in concentrated form with direction for dilution with warm water before use. They are brought into intimate contact with the mucous membrane of the throat and are allowed to remain in contact with it for a few seconds before they are thrown out of the mouth. They are used to relieve soreness in mild throat infection. Phenol or thymol is generally present in small concentration for its antibacterial activity. Potassium chlorate is also included in gargles for its weak astringent effect to tone up a relaxed throat. It also stimulates secretion of saliva which relieves dryness. For example, phenol gargles, potassium chloride and phenol gargles. In potassium chlorate and phenol gargles BPC, they say potassium chlorate 30 gram, patent blue V 0.009 gram, liquefied phenol 15 ml, water sufficient to make 1000 ml. Dissolve the potassium chlorate in warm water, then cool and add liquefied phenol. Add the dye solution, filter and make up the volume and label and dispense the gargles. Next one is the mouthwashes. Mouthwashes are aqueous solution with a pleasant taste and odor used to make clean and deodorize the buccal cavity. Generally, they contain antibacterial agents, alcohol, glycerin, sweetening agents, flavoring agents and coloring agents. Sodium chloride mouthwash compound BPC, in which sodium chloride 15 gram, sodium bicarbonate 10 gram, peppermint water to produce 1000 ml. Next one is the throat paints. Throat paints are viscous liquid preparations used for mouth and throat infection. Glycerin is commonly used as a base because, being viscous, it adheres to mucous membrane for a long period and it possesses a sweet taste. That is iodine paint compound, Mandal's paint, BPC, in which ingredient potassium iodide 25 gram, iodine 12.5 gram, alcohol 90% alcohol 40 ml, water 25 ml, peppermint oil 4 ml, glycerin to produce 1000 ml. Dissolve the potassium iodide in water, then add the iodine and stir until completely dissolved. Dissolve peppermint oil in alcohol 90% in a small container and then transfer it into the iodine solution. Mix well, add glycerin and mix thoroughly. Add more of glycerin to make the required volume. The preparation is to be stored in cool place since iodine is volatile in nature. Next one, spray. Sprays are meant or preparation of drugs are media which may be aqueous, alcoholic or glycerin. They are applied to the mucous membrane of nose or throat with an atmosphere. Throat spray must be sprayed from a special type of atmosphere known as nebulizer, which remove large droplets by a baffling system. Only fine droplets are required so that they may reach the lungs. Adrenaline and atropine spray compound BPC, in which ingredients adrenaline acid tartrate 8 gram, atropine methonitrate 1 gram, papaverine hydrochloride 8 gram, sodium metho 1 gram, chlorambutal 5, propylene glycol 50 ml, purified water freshly boiled and cooled to make 1000 ml. Prepare freshly boiled and cooled purified water. Dissolve separately the adrenaline acid tartrate, atropine methonitrate and sodium metabolite sulfate in this water. Mix the three solutions. Dissolve the papaverine hydrochloride in the mixture. Dissolve the papaverine hydrochloride in the mixture. Prepare the solution of chlorambutal in propylene glycol and add the solution to the above mixture. Filter if necessary and adjust to volume through the filter. Next one, inhalations. These are liquid preparations containing volatile substances and are used to relieve congestion and inflammation of the respiratory tract. The inhalations containing the volatile substances which are volatile at room temperature may be placed on an absorbent pad or handkerchief to inhale their form. In other cases, inhalations are added to hot but not boiling water about 65 degrees Celsius and vapors are inhaled for about 10 minutes. That example is the benzoin inhalations BPC. Benzoin crush 100 gram, prepared storax 50 gram, alcohol 90% to produce 1000 ml. It is prepared by macerating the benzoin and the prepared storax with alcohol 95% for 24 hours. Filter and pass sufficient of the alcohol through the filter to produce the required volume. Nasal drops. These are solution of drugs that are instilled into the nose with a dropper. These are usually aqueous and not oily drops, since latter inhibit the movement of cilia in the nasal mucosa and if used long periods may reach the lungs and cause lipoid pneumonia. Nasal drops should be isotonic, having neutral pH and viscosity similar to nasal secretions by using methyl cellulose. Ephedrine nasal drops BPC. Ephedrine hydrochloride 0.5 gram, chlorambuterol 0.5 gram, sodium chloride 0.5, water to produce 1000 ml. Dissolve the ephedrine hydrochloride, chlorambuterol or sodium chloride in water. Cool, filter if necessary, then add more water on filter to make the required volume. Then eye lotions. These are the aqueous solution used for washing the eyes. The eye lotion are supplied in concentrated form and are required to be diluted with warm water immediately before use. Eye lotion should be isotonic and free from foreign particles to avoid irritation to the eye. They are required to prepare afresh and should not be stored for more than 2 days, as the lotion may get contaminated with microorganisms. The example is the sodium chloride lotion, sodium chloride 9 gram and purified water 100 ml. Then eye drops. These are sterile solutions or suspension of drugs that are instilled, put in by drops into the eye with a dropper. The eye drops are usually made in aqueous vehicle. It should be sterile, isotonic and lacrimal secretions, buffer and free from foreign particles to avoid irritation to the eye. A suitable preservatives like phenyl mercuric nitrate 0.002%, benzalkonium sodium 0.01% and chlorhexidine 0.01% may be used to prevent bacterial or fungal growth. Eye drops usually contain substance having antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, anesthetics and miotic properties. The eye drops are generally prepared by dissolving the medicament in the aqueous vehicle containing one of the prescribed antimicrobial substances and any other preservative specified in the individual monograph. The solution is clarified by filtration and transferred to the final containers, which are then closed to exclude microorganisms. The sterilization is done by autoclaving or by heating the with bactericide at 98 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, or by filtration through bacteria proof filter. The eye drop should be packed in neutral glass container or in a suitable plastic container. The glass droppers are made of neutral glass. The teeth are made of rubber, which are compatible with antimicrobial substances to be used in the formulation. Some precautions to take observe while using eye drops. Never touch the dropper surface, never rinse the dropper, never use eye drops that have changed color. Then air drops. These are solution of drugs that are installed into the air with a dropper. These are generally used for cleaning the ear, softening the wax and treating the mild infection. The solution is generally prepared in water, glycerin, propylene glycol or dilute alcohol. However, vehicles are like glycerin and propylene glycol are preferred. Sodium bicarbonate air drops BPC is used, in which ingredients sodium bicarbonate 5 gram, glycerin 30 ml, purified water 100 ml. Dissolve sodium bicarbonate in water and add glycerin and sufficient of the water to produce the required volume and mix. The airdrops should have been prepared recently. Remaining part will be discussed in next lecture. Thank you.